signals call. Through static skies they give their all. With hearts of gold and steady hands, the Porter King, their loyal band. Oh, the patrons keep the crown in place. Their faith, their power, their warm embrace. With every shout, with every cheer, they make the kingdom crystal clear. From dawn to dusk they pave the way, ensuring he can seize the day. Their gifts, their time, their steadfast care. The Porter King goes everywhere. Oh, the patrons keep the crown in place. Their faith, their power, their warm embrace. With every shout, with every cheer, they make the kingdom crystal clear. They're the signal in the night. Hail to the mighty Porter King. Through every contest, every try, they lift him up, they let him fly. Unseen warrior, strong and true, he stands tall because of you.
What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by, your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Sunday. Time for some shenanigans, some great music, and a whole lot of fun. And speaking of great music, that song is just awesome. I love talking about these guys right here, the Patreons, because I'll tell you what, they're so much more than supporters. They're family, they're mentors. Like, you know, I may mentor a lot of these guys in the art of Parks on the Air, but they mentor me in so much. I can't tell you how many phone calls I've had with one of them helping me through a problem, more than likely with a computer, because I'm a computer idiot. but it's just absolutely awesome. So it's such a great community. Also, big shout out to the YouTube members. You guys are awesome as well. Yeah. Green in the chat or blue if you're a moderator. And the ever-changing board, no changes, but you're still awesome, guys. Appreciate you. What is up, Mr. Dan?
Not a lot, man. It is Sunday, episode 139 of Shenanigans. We're creeping up on 140. See who was first in the chat here. Whiskey 1. Whiskey Charlie says nanners. What's going on, Brian? Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar. That's our buddy Ron Chris over at Georgia Parks and Propagation. I don't get a recreation out of that.
Oh, I was reading. Sorry.
Oh man, whoa, we're not all here tonight, guys. Andy Callie, always good to see you. Toby Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta. Hello. Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra X-Ray Hotel. Always good to have you in here. Kent Kilo 9 Alpha Echo. John from West by God, Kilo 8 November, India Victor. Kyle is here, KC9 India Mike Alpha. Fred, November 8 Sierra Lima Tango is here. Brent, November 4 Bravo Delta Whiskey. Mike, 88 KB. Ronnie, Kilo Oscar 4 Zulu Romeo X-Ray. good to get you today out in the park, buddy. Chris, My Toy Ostrich, also good to get you on a couple different bands today. Dad is here, the dad, Kilo Delta 9 Uniform Victor Kilo. Jason here, KQ4GPT. And the Grill Meister, Smoking Poda, Kilo Oscar 4 November, Lava is in the house. Martini, Whiskey Delta 4 Juliet, Mike, Scott N2 TKT. My boo, Steven's here in Echo November 70. That's Kilo Delta 9 uniform. I think he has satellites on the brain there. So his call sign from now on is Echo November 70. Aaron's here, KQ4 Hotel Zulu Kilo. Stephen with a super chat. Dennis Alpha Delta 9 Whiskey Mike. Gary Lane, KQ4 Tax. What's up, buddy? Frequency Frontiers. Always good to have you here. Whiskey Zero, Charlie Golf. Charlie hit us with a whisper today. And run through these super chats. Stephen with 1999 Kilo 8 Golf, Quebec, and Whiskey 1 with you, Charlie. Kilo 8 Golf, Quebec. James, how's it going in West by God?
Hey man, it's going. Thank you guys very much for the super chats. We appreciate it. And there's Stephen or Terry finishing up the Golf Quebec, and there's Stephen really finishing up the Quebec.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Appreciate it very much. Stephen is just happy because I've turned his world upside down.
Yeah.
And like,
not the first time.
You know, I did this once before with the CW.
Yeah.
and you know, and he kept, you know, thanking me forever for it. And Whiskey 1 Whiskey Charlie.
Quebec indeed.
You guys are awesome, man. Thank you very much. But so I've done it again with this satellite thing. You know, I started with the satellites, and the next thing you know, well, I mean, we all know it. I'm a YouTuber, and it took me forever just to get my gear together to even do satellites.
3 years.
But when Steven says, I think I'm going to do this too, James, he just says,
it didn't take him 3 years.
He just dives right into that hole.
Yeah, absolutely.
Orders everything plus some. And
you know what I'm impressed about the most is not that Steven's doing satellites, but that Steven, who just hit us with a $99.99 super chat, Whiskey 1. Thank you so much. But I'm impressed the most that Steven's actually talking into a microphone. Dude.
It's true. And you know, it's since then, and thank you very much for that awesome super chat, Steven. Appreciate it. Since he's been doing the satellites, he's been hunting me with a microphone on POTA too.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's definitely rocked his world. But you know what? It's every day. He's so excited, and he's texting me about satellite stuff. He changed his setup today, and I'm actually in the process of changing my setup a little bit as well. And I've ran Grid Tracker before, but that was forever ago when I did FT8. Yeah. I couldn't remember none of that stuff. And he's like, "Oh, you got to get the Grid Tracker for satellites." So I downloaded the Grid Tracker today on my laptop, and I called him. I said, "You busy?" He said, "Nope." I said, "Good. I'll download a Grid Tracker. Now what?" and we had to walk through the process of getting me set up for the whole thing to get it set up for satellites.
That's interesting because I didn't know Grid Tracker even had anything to do with satellites. I thought that was all just FT8, FT4 digital kind of stuff. That's cool.
Well, it's actually for anything you're tracking when it comes to grids.
I like that.
I actually learned a lot messing around with Steven today on Grid Tracker. Again, one of those Patreon phone calls that again that has something to do with a computer.
That's right.
The whole fact that a couple of years ago I was accused of hacking Voda is just the most outrageous thing I've ever heard of.
I remember that. Yeah. If anybody has ever witnessed James on the activation typing into his tablet, my friend over there, he ain't hacking nothing. Trust me. Chris, I see you in here, buddy. Whiskey 8 Oscar X-ray. Welcome, man. Turd Max Always good to have you in here, buddy. And for TRD.
Well, I'll tell you what. Since these guys are sending me all these awesome super chats, I can put this out there. If anybody has a dependable, not through the roof expensive car that's extra that they're wanting to sell, and they would like to hook the king up with some payment plans, let me know, because I need a car by the end of this month, guys. I got a lot of stuff going on in life, and I'm in desperate need of a car by the end of this month for sure.
Somebody please send him a really old school VW Bug, because I want to see
just remember, you're also sending me a Potomobile.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're only wanting me to make it to the park that's down the street, it don't matter. But if you're looking for me to continue,
I think a VW Bug with a trailer hitch and an Eagle One on the back would look pretty sporty.
If it runs and gets me places.
What in the world? I think Josh just stole the top spot from everybody.
Thank you very much, Josh. And once again, Josh says nobody puts Josh in the corner.
Yeah, y'all are making me work next week, and I'm gonna have to adjust this Adventure Club board around. I love it.
Oh, good stuff. Well, Josh said nobody's taking over his spot. He'll guarantee that.
Not gonna have to move number one, that's for sure.
Oh. But yeah, anybody who's got a car that they'd like to sell and maybe hook me up on a good payment plan, I'm definitely looking for a car right now. And yes, if it doesn't have a hitch, it's going to get a hitch on it. I don't care if it is a Yugo, it's getting a hitch put on it.
A Pinto.
Like if it's a smart car, it's getting a hitch put on it. It's going to run the Eagle One. So it's definitely going to run the Eagle One, because that's the one thing when I'm bumming rides that I miss the most, I think, is I don't have access to the Eagle One.
the Poda Pinto. Brent, that's a good idea, buddy.
Hey, a Poda Pinto with a hitch on it, we're rocking and rolling.
All right. Wait a minute. We got to lower the lights a little bit, which I can't really do, but KO4FX is here. The Fox, Mr. Fox. How you doing, buddy? Hopefully see you here in a couple of months if you're going to make it down to Orlando. That'd be cool.
If it has a hatch, it's going to be more than just a vehicle as well.
Yeah.
It might even be the whole surrounding of a second YouTube channel.
That'd be pretty cool. Awesome, Eddie. Thank you so much, buddy. Didn't want to be left out.
That's right, Eddie. You're never left out because you make the brisket, buddy. Oh, good stuff. But yeah, I'm glad Steven's excited with satellites. I'd like to see some more of you guys get excited with satellites, and there have been people joining the channel. A lot of people's excited about Satellite Saturday, and I'm definitely getting a big member surge. So I'd like to start seeing some more people surging into these live streams and stuff as well. And that way we can get some more talks and stuff like that. But we're never going to leave the POTA chat, guys, because that's where we started, and that's what I am. That's where Steven gets mad at me a little bit. He's like, man, there's a bunch of good passes coming up this evening. I said, yeah, right at prime POTA time.
Yeah. I had an idea the other day. You started this awesome thing called Satellite Saturday, and I love it. But I think I'm gonna start like a Facebook Friday.
A Facebook Friday?
A Facebook Friday. We'll just go over the weird shit that happens on the POTA Facebook, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's great. That is great. Facebook Friday. The things.
Facebook Friday. Yeah, there you go. No, I've been loving I mean, I'm not into satellites, so I'm thinking about getting into it eventually, but your little the Satellite Saturdays have been great, man. I've been learning a lot.
Well, I will tell you what. So it it is the perspective of a absolute beginner satellite hunter.
That's what I like about it. Yeah.
You're not getting the pro tips because it's not from a pro. Yeah, I don't have no clue what I'm doing. But I'm having fun, and it's just like I have been out 2 different times. It's funny because I started to do one video, and I edited a video like daily. I was adding stuff to it. I was going to do a video for Satellite Saturday, and it was called "The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly" of this week. And
Gary, appreciate
it. Yeah. Hey, thank you very much, Gary, for the super chat. And I had several passes in there, but the thing is okay. So one pass I went out and I was finally going to use my rotor, and I get out there and I get it set up and I click the button for it to start tracking and everything, and I keep looking over at it and keep looking. Like this sucker's not moving. I'm looking at my phone and I'm watching the phone. I'm like, it should be moving by now. So this pass is like 3/4 of the way over and it ain't moved yet. And I get up and manhandle the antenna off of this thing and start going like this. And I happen to make my contact with Whiskey Victor 8 Tango at the end of that contact to save that one. So then I didn't mess with it for a while, and I went back out again a couple of days later, and I found out what the problem was. It was user error. I didn't start my shortcut before I started the program, which tells the program to control the rotor.
A computer thing. Right? Uh-oh, did my internet die or did James's? I don't know who's frozen here, so y'all going to have to tell me in the chat.
I don't know. I don't know. Am I frozen?
No, you're back now. You're back now, but I don't know if it was me or you. So.
Okay.
But you're good now.
It may have been me. I don't know.
Whiskey 8 Oscar X-Ray, the $4.99. Let's do this. How about KY Wednesdays? There you go. Kilowatt Wednesdays. I like that. Yeah.
Thank you. Everybody said it was me that was frozen, Dan. So, okay. Well, at least I'm back now. Anyway, so I go back out another time and I'm doing it again. And I realized when I started seeing this thing spin all the way back around at the front of the start that I should have put it in reverse mode because it was starting in the wrong place. And somehow it got froze there. And again, I have to manhandle the antenna off and save the pass and get a contact. So today, after my first activation, I came home and there was a satellite pass, but it was going to be way too low for me to work anyway. So I set the rotor with the antenna up in the living room, turned it on track, and watched it track the whole entire satellite. So now it's back ready for test number 3. They say the 3rd time's a charm. So hopefully the next time I take it out, it's going to be ready to go.
Isn't that, kind of like the worst feeling too? You test something like in your backyard, like a new POTA setup or something, or you test the tracker in your living room. And you're like, man, this thing works great. Then you take it outside and you take it to a park or something, and then it just doesn't work. And you're like, what's different? What did I do wrong?
Hey, it happens. That's just like, the whole point in me starting the satellites is so I can do them in the park. But I feel like I haven't got good enough yet to actually just sit out there. But I'm trying to find, and maybe there's a satellite guy in the chat that can tell me the best place to find where the really rare grid square. Thank you very much for the super chat, Brent. Where the rare grid squares is, because somebody from Amstat at Huntsville told me that there were some in Eastern Kentucky. And there's several parks in Eastern Kentucky that I could set at and make some good satellite passes with some clearings. So if I could, I'd love to get me a big pile up, because if I'm the rare grid square, everybody's going to want to talk to me.
Yeah, and speaking of rare grid squares, is there a mechanism by which you can let other satellite operators know that you'll be in a rare grid square during a pass, like a spotting system of some sort, like Not like as you're there, because the past doesn't last that long, but like a
There's
future, you know what I mean?
there's also a web page that Digital Rancher told me about, and I can't remember it. And I'm going to text him right after the stream probably, and ask him again what it is. That where people talk about if they're going to be in a rare grid or if they're going to be in a POTA park working a certain pass or a soda working a certain pass and stuff. And I'm going. Of course, I'll put something out of what that page is when he tells me. But yeah, I'm going to start using it quite a bit. Like hey, I'm going to the park and I'm going to work these 3 passes while I'm at this park.
I figured that there'd had to be something like that, because you might miss a rare grid if you're just not happen to be listening to that pass. It's kind of hit or miss, kind of chance if you're going to get it if you didn't know ahead of time,
Right.
Alan, hello, Alpha Charlie 4 Hotel India. I see Dom in here too, November Charlie 4 X-Ray Lima. Hello, brother Dom. Doc Adams and 3IM. Yeah. Chris said he's learning a new to me KX3. The operator error is happening. Yeah. Any kind of new radio I kind of fumble with for a while. I'm still getting used to the KX2. Sometimes I hit a wrong button and not know what the heck I did.
Here's the problem with my KX3. It's great radio, but I don't get to use it enough because I don't like to do QRP when the bands are like this. So I'm always using my bigger radios. But if I was to pull out my KX3 tomorrow, I would get to a park and I would get stumbled up on something because I've forgotten. Because all my radios that I pretty much use are Yaesu, and I can pretty much wing my way through any of those. But when I switch to a different radio, it's sometimes even switching from the DX10 to the FTX1, sometimes I forget, now where's this filter at? Where's this at?
When you said the bands are like this, what do you mean? The bands were great today, man. I called CQ on 20 meter CW for 15 minutes and didn't get a soul.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Not a one.
They were.
I was checking, awesome like, what am I doing wrong?
They're awesome at night right now.
You know,
you go during late shift, and typically all my late shifts I end up finishing on 5 watts.
Yeah. Just to thin the pile out.
It's funny because I'll switch over to CW and turn up the power. Turn it down.
It's like the last activation we did at in Huntsville. Yeah, we started out like at 5 or 10 watts, and we still got a pile up that wouldn't go away. It was crazy.
Brent said he got hungry in Switzerland this morning.
Yeah, Juliet Mike said CW sucked, but SSB was great this morning. And that's why I thought I'd get more. We got a good number of people on 20 sideband. And then 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, I did 20 CW and nobody. Ribbon was hearing me.
Hey, 73, Gary.
Maybe everybody saw me on the spot page and goes, I don't want to work that guy.
John said 17 and 15's been good in the evening.
Yeah. We even called a little bit because the VHF stuff going on this weekend. We called a little bit on 6 meter SSB from the park today. Didn't get anybody, but we did call CQ for, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 minutes or something like that.
Hey, thank you very much, Chris, my toy ostrich, for the $6 super chat. And Chris, we're definitely gonna have to hook up when I come to Florida this year, because I'm definitely going to be there a little longer. I don't know how much longer, but at least an extra month this time. I'm gonna be there January and February for sure. Maybe longer than that. We'll see. So we're gonna have to hook up and do some roving.
Terry said he was out hauling his sister around all day.
She's supposedly looking for a car too. All deals come to me before Terry's sister.
Sure. Send them to the broker. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris. I'll just hook up with you and like jump in the car with you. This is my favorite thing to do: is go somewhere where there's a local that knows the rove, that knows how to do it and pull it off. We can hit this park, this park, this park. Just like when I got to Huntsville today early, I had messaged Brian on the way down, and he's like, "What time this? What time that?" And I messaged him 20 minutes out from the park. I literally got in the park and was sitting there for like 10 minutes. Brian pulls in, we get in the car, and we go out and we rove. And it's funny because we did a bunch of parks that I had looked at on the way down, and I was like, "That's a park, but I don't know where the heck to get in it." Oh, that's a park, but again, I don't know where the heck to. So I love to get with the locals and just roll with them. And I don't care. I'll use your setup. I'll use everything about it. I just want to do the parks and have fun.
So what you're saying is, Chris, come January or February, you're going to get a lion rove. That's what's going to happen.
Hey, if you want to do a line, we'll do a line.
Yep, guarantee it. You can do 30 between. Hey, if y'all go to Jacksonville and head south through St. Augustine, Daytona Beach.
I don't need to go to Jacksonville. I've did all the parks in Jacksonville.
No, I mean to get your lion.
Oh, okay.
Just go down A1A. You probably get 30 rather. Go down towards the Cape. Yeah.
Terry says his sister's 80 and she goes somewhere every day. Is she doing POTA? Is that what it is, Terry?
Yeah, there you go. So you can come down the house, and me and you can do the rove that me and James of the North did. Our little North Florida rove over there. That was fun.
I'm sure it's probably parks that I need too, because I don't. So a lot of the ones in North Florida I don't have.
All depends on how much you wanted to push yourself. You can do 5 easy, 10 easy, 15 easy-ish. Anything above 15 really is going to be. We're going to have to really plan that one out.
So here was the thing. I ain't going to say no names or nothing, but one time there was a POTA hit put out on me. one operator, I won't say her name, Big Sis, put a POTA hit out on me with her hitman. I won't say no names, Mr. CW from Florida, but told him to make sure that he POTa'd me so hard that I couldn't walk. He failed.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah.
Oh.
The only way that's going to happen is if you hit like 30 beach activations all in the same day, because it'll mess up your knees walking on the sand all the day. I think
30 walk-in beach ones.
Yeah. Because even I got both my ACLs and MCLs, and walking on the sand still bothers the heck out of me.
I'm not a real big fan of sand activations just because I'm so terrified of getting sand in my radio.
I thought you were going to say something else.
I don't want to know what you probably thought I was trying to say. Oh.
I did not think it was going to be radio, but yes, I understand that. Yeah.
You thought I was going to say sand in the crack of my Yazoo.
No. I mean, well, if you get sand in your radio, you can always take the cover off and blow the flaps out. So, I mean, you should be good to go. A little air.
Well, don't that work for anything? You get sand anywhere, you can blow the flaps out, right?
Yeah. Shenanigans. That's right.
Okay, Whiskey 8, Romeo, November, Rolf.
I see it.
When you do a roll, he's probably saying rove, how many contacts do you make at each park before you move on to the next one?
12.
Okay. So it depends on what you're calling a rove, because what some people call rove and what I call rove is different. If I'm doing a 5-park rove, which ain't a rove to me, I make as many contacts as I can. If I'm doing a 10-park, I don't care. I can make 100 and do a 10-park. If it is 20 or above, I like to do 12 and out. Even 15. Even 15, I'm probably going to be down to around 12 to 20 and out. So that's normally how I like to do them. I don't do 10 because 10 it works on my nerves. There's a couple things that work on my nerves. Number one is being late. I can't stand to be late for anything. if I'm supposed to meet you at 8:45, you can probably guarantee that no later than 8:20 I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be looking at my clock like, where's he at?
Yeah.
So I can't be late, and I can't do 10 photo contacts. It's just I can't do it. 12 is my number. I have left at 11, but it hurt my feelings. I'll tell you it has. But yeah, if you stay 15 and over, if you stay longer than that, you're jeopardizing. And for some people, if you stay over that with 10 parks, because I have did 10 park rows with people and took all day.
It depends on how far those parks are, spread out too. Yeah.
I've done 51 in a day and had plenty of time extra. There was sleep involved in between those, and that's just something I wasn't used to.
You're not getting 52 when you come down here. I can tell you that. Not going to happen.
Well, not with that attitude.
We don't have the moose. Do you have the moose still? If you bring the moose with you,
I may or may not.
There you go. Maybe the moose can deposit some new parks. Yeah. We can do that.
Speaking of the moose, Brian stopped in the other night in Chill Pad and hung out with us. You missed it.
Yeah. We could probably, if we dedicated a true start at the UTC day rollover run until midnight, 1 o'clock or so, get a couple hours of sleep and pick it back up, we could probably do a lion. But it'd be a lot of driving.
And guys, listen, don't think you got to have this huge amount of parks for a rove. For an average POTA person going out and doing 5 and 10 park rows, it's a work. It's a lot of work, and have fun doing it, because I'll tell you, anytime I'm doing 30 or more, you're not really having fun no more.
It starts to be that not fun. Yeah,
you're working. It's like you're doing you're a machine, and you have to be well oiled, and everything has to go off perfectly for you. So be careful about the bigger ones, because I don't want to burn nobody out. I can handle it every now and then because I can't be burnt out. I've tried. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Chris. Because it's Grandma's birthday dinner now. Okay, thank you. Tell Grandma happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
Has Grandma met Grandpa Quebec?
I wonder if his grandma walks into the room and goes, "It's me."
She'll walk into the surprise party, though, so it'd be surprised, and she'll be like, "It's me." Grandma from Parks and Recreation.
Josh said it took him 6.5 hours to do 10 parks. Yeah.
Like I've did them, even me being in charge of them, I've did them with people. If you're doing them by yourself, it's on you. You can handle, but when you're doing it with other people, you've got to rely on the other people being efficient as well. I've did 10 parks rows with people that I was ready to pull my hair out because it takes them too long to get in and out of the car. So it just.
Gary says, "Have you ever not gotten at least 10? I have not. I refuse. I will stay out there until I no. I will get 10.
Since my very first activation, I'm gonna knock on the wood here. I have never failed a POTA activation. Even on the day of and I know you've heard this probably 15 times in your radio career. It was a radio blackout today, but in my radio career, and I've been going out for 4+ years now every day, there has been one radio blackout. And I still got activated that day. That was the day I did the high summit.
Yep.
And it was for real a radio blackout. Now I got activated because it was the high summit event, and I was getting 2-meter summits to summits, which I was also in a park, but I was getting 2-meter summit to summits that was making, I think I made 4 total HF contacts, and them were summit to summits as well. There was so much crap going on that day. So back then, of course, now I use my tablet. Back then, I had always used the same laptop with the same radio, the same setup, and my radio kept making this sound kind of like something getting fried, like zzz, 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 zzz. And I was like, what is going on? And Sidewalk Sherry's like, it's your computer. It's like, no, I use the same computer. She said, touch your screen, touch your mouse. And I'd touch my mouse and it would do that. There was so much static in the air that day. It was just crazy. And that's the only true radio blackout day that I've ever witnessed. But no, I still got activated that day.
And part of that too, Gary, is being prepared. The old adage, one is none. Always have a backup. Like I have 2 891s. One of them is my dedicated POTA rig. The other one is my dedicated mobile rig. But if push comes to shove, I can use my mobile rig for POTA in case my POTA rig dies. I always have a pair of HCs with me just in case. And if you got a ham buddy, take them out with you. One, you got another person there with you in the park just in case something happens. But I've never had to do this, but if push comes to shove and everything dies, both of your HF rigs, everything just goes tits up for some reason, you can still activate between the two of you. So always have a ham buddy.
I don't know about all that because listen, I enjoy activating with other people from time to time. But an everyday thing, I can't do it. Like I want to do my own. Like to me, POTA, it has to be part of my sanity. It's also part of I want to pull my hair out. But like the CW has to be part of my sanity.
Yeah.
And it's like today I've only done CW, and I know people's fussed at me. I know they have, but I will go out and do the early late on sideband, and I did do the early late last night on sideband, so everybody's good, but it just sometimes you gotta have a little bit of sanity in your life, and to me, when you do an activation with like every time you activate and you activate with somebody else, and I'm not saying anything bad against anybody, but you're missing a big part of what POTA is.
The peacefulness. Yeah.
You got to experience it yourself. So I'm just saying, try it by yourself sometimes. For me, I try it by myself all the time, but I've done huge activations with people. I've done plenty of 2-person activations. And I don't mind to do it, every now and then, but like a whole bunch, it'd be rough on me.
Gary brings up a good point here, and I think I've said this before too. He says he always does well and gets way over 10. He just never understood why it happens that people don't get 10. And me personally, dude, I don't understand it either. I really don't. I don't know.
I'm going to be honest with you. There's been days that the bands were just absolutely fine. And I've heard people say they failed an activation. And a lot of that comes down to the preparation that they've done on their own equipment. There's people that go out there and they run absolutely crap POTA stations. And I'm not saying it has to be an expensive station. I'm saying if you got something cheap, dial it in to where it works perfectly on what you're going to do. I spend a lot of time, a whole lot of time on my equipment. And I mean, as all you guys know, when I go out and activate, it's a rare occurrence that you're not going to hear me. And if it's early late, you're probably going to hear me 20 over because I'm probably on the Eagle One and I'm roaring. So, I mean, it comes down to a lot of the equipment. And there is times that the band just absolutely get crap. And you might have to rely on doing some data too or doing some CW too. But for the most part, I guarantee you, I can go out tomorrow during the middle of the day when the bands suck and not even spot, and I can be activated in 35 minutes.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
And
think
that's
most of them.
not spotting.
I think most of the people that quote unquote fail in activation. Now, let me go ahead and preface this again by saying I've said this before. The word fail is not in the POTA documentation, period. I don't like that term, failed activation, maybe a less than complete or something. But I don't like the word fail, because even if you made just one contact, still upload your log, because that hunter is going to get credit for it. So you succeeded at something. You didn't fail. But I think most of the time people don't pay attention to the clock. They don't know when that UTC day rollover is, especially when you're traveling. If you're in a different time zone or something like that, you might not be paying attention, and you only get 3, 4, 5 contacts before the new day rolls over at 0 Zulu, and you don't realize it, and you accidentally, quote unquote, failed an activation.
A lot of people have failed that way. A whole lot of people.
Yeah.
So it does happen. I actually had somebody one time park me right before UTC day, and I put them in my log, and they sent me a message by the end of my activation and said, "Hey, that wasn't park to park.
Yeah, don't log that.
I didn't realize the time. That was just a hunt."
I was just practicing.
That does happen, and guys, rare occurrences can happen. I mean, I've had widow makers fall on my vehicle and destroy antennas and stuff like that, and I did rig the thing back up and got my contacts and got done. But things happen. But in general, if you fail, it's probably you need to do some more work on your equipment.
There's tons of ways too that other activators can help out activators that are struggling. I'll give you a hint. If I'm en route to a park and James is on the air, I'll work him mobile, and then I'll pull into the park and I'll work him again park to park. That's 2 contacts for him.
Yep. A lot of people do that.
Yep.
A lot of people do that.
So yeah, there's tons of ways you can get your 10 contacts. Sometimes you have to be creative, but I think number 1 is watch the clock. Make sure you're not starting too late in the UTC day.
Yeah, you definitely, time. Especially like if you're a casual activator and you don't get like huge pile-ups, it takes you a while to get activated, and you get out to a park and it's 20 minutes till the top of the hour. Just wait.
Yep.
Just wait. Or hunt parks. Don't say park to park. Just hunt them. And if you get 10, turn it in. You get it for the log, because they'll show up in POTA for the park to park, and just turn it in. But you don't say park to park, or else then it counts for you need to turn it in. So, but now me, I like to go out about 3 or 4 minutes till and spot and see how many I can get.
And there is the secret sauce drop right here. I tagged the wrong one here. Discord is amazing as well. They help a lot. I dropped a link in the chat right now to our Discord. If you are a member of our Discord and you post in the POTA Spots channel where you are, and you tag the POTA Spots group, if you fail an activation, something's really wrong.
Yeah, and if you got signal and you're having issues, you could reach out in that POTA chat and say, guys, I'm really struggling here. I need some contacts. They'll get you activated.
Oh, for sure. And then some.
Just if you park me and you're struggling with your activation and you park me, tell me, say, hey, James, I'm really struggling with my activation right now. I'll give you 2 club calls besides my own right off the bat.
Yep.
There's ways to do things. You ain't got to fail things. It's not that I I hardly ever use the one club call at all. Then the other one is a new club call, and I'm working on it kind of hard right now. But I still don't use it very much. But
yep, same here, man. If y'all are struggling out there and I'm hunting you, just let me know. I can give you at least my call and club call, and sometimes a third one. So. We'll get you activated. We'll get you activated.
But Discord is the key. Like he said, Discord can really help out. And if for as little as becoming a $5.50 a month Patreon, you can get automatic spots in Discord. And I will tell you right now that there's a lot of hunters in Discord that don't even look at the POTUS spots anymore. They just watch Discord for spots. And if one comes up in that automatic spot, they pretty much try to go get it.
Yep.
So that's how a lot of people have told me that becoming a $5.50 Patreon or above, but a $5.50 Patreon was well worth it just for the spotter. Because it really increases things for them.
It is a game changer in POTA, that's for sure. Eddie says someone sent in Discord that needed help, and Eddie said he'll run to the radio even if he doesn't have the intention to make the contact before. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ham Alert too. That's right, Dom. Ham Alert's a great tool.
You know, it's funny. It's funny that he mentions Ham Alerts too. I would love to be able to pull the Ham Alert stat and see how many people's Ham Alerts I'm in. I really would.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that stat. I'd also like to see that stat of how many people put me in and then realized I'm done with this and took me out too. Because it does. But it's funny because if I activate with the club call, it's like night and day difference.
Yep.
It's totally night and day difference, and I can tell that. I mean, I still don't have no problem getting activated, no problem whatsoever. But it's funny because I get a lot of people that I don't normally get, and I don't get a lot of the same people that I'm guaranteed to get.
I can tell you one person that took you out of their Ham Alerts on January 1st this year. Oh, Chicken Man. Kilo 4 Lima India said, I had enough of this. I wish Ham Alerts would do. This is what really grinds my gears about Ham Alerts. Let me get on my little rant
Here we
for
go.
a minute here. All right.
Facebook
So Ham Alerts. Ham Alerts. If you're listening here, take heed, because WD4DAN is about to lay it down, as they say on 11 meters. You need to have a way, Ham Alerts, to make custom notifications per trigger. What I mean by that is if James spots and it hits his trigger, I want to have it send a notification so I know it was James that spotted. If Whiskey 1 Whiskey Charlie spots, I want it to send a certain sound that I can configure that I know it was Whiskey 1 Whiskey Charlie. If a park I need, I want it to sound different. That way I don't have to pick it up every single time somebody spots at that daggum West Virginia park that I need, that everybody's in Maryland and not in West Virginia. And I don't have to wonder if that was James or Brian or Josh, or if it was a park I need. I would know by the sound of it whether I need to pay attention to it or not. End of rant. Done. How about that?
I mean, I think they should at least give me my own tone anyway.
Yeah, you know, bugles or something.
Oh.
But yeah, that's the one thing that aggravates me about Ham Alerts. I don't know if it's just from listening to it go off as a notification, I don't know what trigger it hit. It's really annoying. But
John says he needs 10 parks in West Virginia. He's probably never going to get them.
If the one in Georgia is near me, buddy, let me know.
As long as one of the 10, John, is not that one that's totally landlocked right now, I don't see why not, because West Virginia has really, really increased the activators And I mean, West Virginia is getting activated a whole today because I got a room in Discord that's a room for only me. Nobody else sees it, but it lets me know that every time a park in West Virginia is spotted, and that thing was on fire today. So,
John, that's not too awful. 9997 in Georgia, the Moody Forest. You know, give me a weekend after next. If you don't have it by then, let me know. I might take a trip up there. I mean, it's far, but not far. It might be hour and a half, 2 hours away from me. It ain't bad.
That's the problem. Terry hit it on the nail on the head. The problem with the West Virginia parks is everybody who activates up north, West Virginia, they go straight to 20 meters. Not now. Fred has started doing 40 meters. I appreciate that, Fred. I know you're in the chat, and he used to do 20 meters too. And we were in here fussing one night, and he said he never thought about it. But a lot of them people up north, they go straight to 20 meters, and it alienates the rest of the state. So
yeah, it's the same thing people do in Florida and everything else. But yeah, John, weekend after next, so not this coming weekend, but the weekend after that, let me know. We might head up there. That's up there near Hazelhurst and Baxley. It's not too god awful of a drive to get up there. We shall go get it for you, and it'll only cost you a nickel. That's right.
John says most of the West Virginia parks are the new ones. If they're if you're talking about the wilderness areas, they've been being hit pretty good. I've still got to get them, so you'll definitely get the wilderness areas.
I got all the new ones that they dropped within the week. They dropped them, I think. I'm just missing that daggum one in 3 different states up there, the Canal Way or whatever the heck it is. Yeah, John, shoot me your cell phone number in Discord in a private message. Yeah, don't put it in the main chat. I'll send you a text or something if we can make it up there. It'll be on a Saturday afternoon or something.
And let me know when Diane's going there, and then that way the whole time he's activating, I can go Golf Quebec.
Yeah,
Golf Quebec.
Is this frequency in use? Yeah.
Terry says he can't even get them because he uses ASMR.
That's great.
After 3 p.m., Marshmallow says.
Yeah, it won't be bad. It's about an hour and a half or so, I would guess, up near Hazelhurst. Maybe 2 hours. It all depends on how many tractors we need to pass on the back roads. You know what I mean?
Oh, Lordy. Well, we are coming close to the top of the hour, and
yeah. So Terry says
Fred says he's heading up toward the wilderness areas when the leaves change. I think that's where he's talking about.
How about you? Is that? Let me load up Ham Alerts and tell you exactly which one I need, Fred, because I don't remember the number.
I think it's like 0015 or 0019, something like that.
0015. That's exactly what it is. The Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. I need that little sliver that heads down.
It's just a little sliver of West Virginia, and it's not fun to get to. I can tell you that much. Mark Kilo Delta 8 Mike India Victor has my directions because I'm not sure where I've put them because somebody else asked me for them, but I give him the Mark, and Mark does have them.
Yep, 0015. Yep.
So,
I heard it was a royal pain in the behind to get to.
Yeah, it's one of those that's on my do not return to list. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. You know, if I was up that way, I'd do it for Dan, but
you'd be cussing me the whole time.
I'd cuss me the whole time. He'd make the contact, and I'd be like, "You stupid piece of trash! You're 5'9".
I bet the club would hunt you to get it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it is coming up on hunting season. So if you're going to be in a WMA or anything like that, be careful. Wear your orange, your blaze orange, so you don't get shot in the buttocks.
Yeah, it's coming that time of year for sure.
Tell James about the tape trick. What tape trick? Maybe I'm drawing a blank here. Me and PPM were playing chase. He was on 40-meter sideband today, and I wanted to look at my phone. This is dangerous. And I wanted to take over his frequency, so I sent him a text message that goes, "Hey, I don't hear you anymore."
He said, "Look at your phone." Fred said it can't be as bad as smoke camp. Smoke camp is the one that's landlocked, ain't it, Fred? I get confused with the names. I'm pretty sure smoke camp is the landlocked one.
Blue painter's tape on your TP3 for the magnets. To make them stronger. You know, I have that problem with even I got that little jeweler's magnet circle thing. And my nameless V0.
Okay, yeah, but the TP3 is not going to move on that jeweler's thing.
Yeah, but my nameless moves, and I'm curious if that'll help it.
Its magnets ain't strong enough, but the TP3, my N3ZN, them go on my jeweler's thing all the time, and they do not move when they do.
And I have my TP3 with me all the time in my bag, but I don't know why I keep grabbing that nameless key. I love that nameless key. Mine works flawlessly.
It's funny. I go in spurts. You know, I honestly use my N3ZN key the most. It's just I don't like taking it out to the parks as much, but I still end up doing it because I just love that key.
Yeah.
It's just it's inconvenient to pack.
No, Mike,
but
I probably
always have my TP3 in the bag. It's always in the bag, ready to go. But so is also my Traveler. I actually used my Traveler the other day for the first time in a while.
Wow.
And it felt really good to have my Traveler out.
Did it feel really heavy compared to the other ones?
No, because it's just sitting on the table. I don't hold the Traveler like I do the TP3.
Yeah. I saw a picture on Facebook of somebody with a Traveler that was strapped to their leg, and I'm like, man, I can feel that right now. That's not a light key by any means.
No, it's not. It's not. I need to use my Adventure more, but the problem is I've got it on that mount for the KX3. I can take it off, and I have the magnetic mount, and it would work great on that jewel. You know what? I may do that for tomorrow.
There you go.
I may use my Adventure tomorrow. Good thinking, Dan.
Yeah, there you go. I knew I was around for something. Who is the other stateside company that produces the machined keys?
Okay, well Bomatech.
Yeah, they're not stateside.
It wasn't stateside to start with. But N3ZN is stateside. Mm-hmm. They are from Pennsylvania, and they are a phenomenal here.
Yep. N3ZN and Modern Morris is also stateside. I don't know what their production schedule is like, but N3ZN makes fantastic keys. I don't have one personally, but every time I try one at a ham fest, it takes everything I have not to walk out with one. So, there's an N3ZN right there. Beautiful key. Not only beautiful, it works fantastic.
This thing is amazing.
Modern Morris, is also stateside. If you want to, I don't want to call them cheaper keys, but I mean they are cheaper keys, but they're still really good. The Modern Morris stuff. Oh, I'm thinking Modern Morris is who I was thinking of. The nameless, which is the one I got, not the cheap ones. I was thinking of who makes the 3D printed keys here in the States. Everybody has them. I can't remember the name right now, but anyway.
All right. Anyway, we are at the top of the hour. Dan, what do you got coming up?
CW Morris. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Not a lot. Back to the grind Monday. Thanks everybody for joining us here on Shenanigans this Sunday, episode 139. We will see you Wednesday at 8 o'clock, right back here. Same bat channel. Not the same bat time. It'll be 8 o'clock.
And not the same background.
And not the same
Maybe.
bat round either. That's right. James, what you got coming up, buddy?
All right, for me, I'm going to rush off of this stream and get my satellite gear out and go out here in the yard and do a satellite pass. And then I'm going to bring the gear in and grab my photo gear and go across the street and do an early late shift. Thanks everybody for the super chats. You guys are once again awesome. And that's going to help on a down payment for the car that somebody in this chat's going to message me and say, hey, we got a nice car we want to sell.
That's
We'll
right.
give you payments. Anyway, thanks guys. You guys are awesome. And we'll catch you on the satellite air if you're brave enough here in a couple minutes. I'm doing the PO 101. And other than that, 1810 around 740-ish, probably 73, everybody.
See you guys.